Yes, dear.
You've been an age. Your dinner's nearly ruined.
Well, it doesn't smell like it. What's cooking?
Something you've never had before. It's a new recipe I had off Thel. I get tired of making the same old things. You look a bit peaky, love.
Well, I'm not. I'm as fit as a fiddle and ready for dinner. After we have a little talk.
The dinners.
Won't take a minute. How do you feel about me going back to work?
You just retired.
Yes, I know. And I feel myself getting older every minute.
Oh.
Edie, I've got too much life for me to be sitting around for the rest of my days.
Stan, you never been one to sit around. The garden is a credit to you. And since you touched up the paintwork, the flat looks like new.
Yes, well, that's just the point. It's not enough to keep me occupied. I need more of a challenge.
I'd no idea you felt like this.
Well, I didn't want to say anything till I'd done something about it. Today I did.
What you been up to?
I've applied for a job.
Hey, good for you. Whereabouts? What sort of job?
I went to see Mrs. Reynolds at Wentworth. It looks pretty good, too. She seemed very pleased to see me.
Of course she was pleased to see you. Weren't you the best prison officer she ever had?
Ah, no, Edie, I wouldn't say that.
You did more for those poor women than many of their own families.
Well, I did my best.
There was the pianola and the gardening. You took an interest, and that's what they appreciated. And that's what Mrs. Reynolds appreciates. It's no surprise to me she wants you back again. Good prison officers, they're few and far between.
Oh, now, Edie, hold on. It's not as a prisoner.
I know. You haven't got the job yet, but that's just the department, all those formalities. You'll be a shoo-in for it, mark my words. I wager they wouldn't have had all those riots and strikes if you'd been there. And they know it, too. You sure you feel up to it, Laura? Well, I mean, it's full time and hard work, and with your heart and all.
Of course I'm up to it.
Well, I think you are. As long as you're sure.
As eggs.
Stan, I'm looking forward to it as much as you are. You always look so dashing in your uniform. Oh, my chicken meringue. Oh, wash up, Stan. It's nearly on the table.
Looks like Alice and Francis are giving us a wide berth.
Yeah, good. We can use all the space we can get.
Rib seems to be keeping to herself.
Hope she's not going to give us the cold shoulder. Every time Maya tries to help her, she backs off.
She'll be okay. She's got a lot to think about.
Speaking of cold shoulders, I can feel one coming on now. Anyway, what happens was the taxi pulls up. He says to me, "You've taken me round the long way." I said, "What are you talking about? There's only $3.50 on that meal, and you're so drunk I'll have to
I'd like to sit down.
He's making a hell of a racket. His wife comes
I want to sit down.
She's got hair rollers on, she's got face cream on. She says, I'll pay. She gets his wallet and opens it up.
Look, I want to sit down. Where am I meant to eat this? Have you all gone deaf?
God, some people won't take no for an answer, will they? So the next thing that happens, she's running away.
Oh, what did you do?
Piece of paper, and I'm acting as a marriage guidance counselor.
Okay, if I sit here?
Yes, sure.
Mum asked me to say goodbye. She wanted to thank you, both of you.
Glad you go.
Clean it up. Adams, clean it up.
I was just going to get a brush and pen, Miss Ferguson.
Don't bother. Clean it up with your hands. Do it now.
Yes, that's right. The chin was like that. Although I think it could have been a bit fuller.
Fine. Now let's try the eyes again. Heavy lidded?
Yes. No, not like that. I think the eyes were much smaller. But the expression's all wrong.
In what way?
Well, he was leering. I mean, that first moment that I opened the front door, the expression was horrible. I mean, it was leering and horrible.
More like this.
Oh, no, that's not him. I'm sorry, that's just not him.
Okay, that's all right.
Oh, it's wrong. I'm sorry, but it's just all wrong.
Mrs. Morris, we've got plenty of time, so just take it easy.
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to do this. I'll never forget that man's face, never. But I just can't seem to be able to describe him.
She's exhausted. Couldn't we do this tomorrow?
The quicker we get it over with, the easier it's going to be.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I'll try again. I'm sorry I'm taking so long.
Just take your time.
just seems so hopeless. I feel as though I'm wasting your time.
Here. Have this. And you're not wasting anyone's time, Mrs. Morris. We'll get this character. You'll see.
Tried talking to her after tea. Thought she would have cooled off after we gave Angel such a hard time. She didn't want to know.
It's no use trying to push Bobby. She'll just dig her heels in harder.
I even left her a peace offering on her bed, bit of cake Ray gave me.
She'll come around her own good time.
Yeah, well, you don't have to share with her. It's like being locked up with a block of ice.
Ice melts, you know.
Oh, Miss Rogers, got a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
Have you heard about Miss Ferguson, the trafficking charges?
Not a thing. The department's got the report, but they haven't called Ferguson in yet.
And what does that mean?
Well, it doesn't look good. If they went for it, they'd have hauled her up by now.
Talking of being hauled up, what's your situation?
I gotta go before the board.
This isn't going to work, you know. We're never going to get her on trafficking and contraband.
Now you tell us.
What we need is something concrete. She's got to be caught at doing something that she simply can't lie her way out of.
Like putting the hard word on Erica Davidson.
Now, hang about. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, Jude.
No, I don't mean Mrs. Davidson, do I? I mean one of us.
Oh, come on, it's been tried before and it's failed.
That's because it hadn't been thought through properly. Now, we don't have a million ideas here. Let's just kick this one around a little bit.
All right, well, who would we set her up with? Who would she go for?
Who do you think?
Just about anyone she could get. Mind you, I could be biased.
How about Angel? Yeah, it's a rotten idea.
Oh, no, don't look at me. My mum would have a stroke.
That's another rotten idea. Hey, someone in a uniform.
Oh, no, I can't. I mean, they'd smell it as a setup a mile off.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have to fancy you. It just has to look that way.
Oh, well, that opens up the field. It could be anyone from Bobby to Dot.
Yeah, now how about Bobby?
Oh, I don't think she's in the mood to do us any favours.
It means getting rid of the freak. She'll be doing herself a favour.
Well, eh? Why don't you go around and see how she's enjoying that little piece of cake?
Do you think it could work?
Yeah, I do.
Well, it's worked before. Let's face it. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
Did you see the cake?
Yeah.
I put it there.
Who for?
Oh, the bloody milkman.
Trying to grease me, are you?
No, I just want us to be mates like we were before.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you started putting me down.
Yeah, all right. Look, I'm really sorry, all right? Don't you want some? It's pretty good.
Here.
Thanks.
Oh, that's right.
Does this mean